Desert Diaries. Week 40. Hello, Arizona calling. And this week I went to a storytelling night where the brilliant host said something I just loved. She said, Phoenix attracts two types of distinctive people: outlaws and seekers. Those who are running from something and those who are looking for something. Oh, I love that. I'd like to think I'm a little bit of both, really. Fabulous. I saw a fridge magnet in my local supermarket today as well. Well, it's my nearest supermarket, to be clear. It's not the one I shop in for a big shop. I'd be bankrupt within about a week. It's called AJ's Fine Foods. Oh, it's lovely. Stunningly laid out, really fresh hot food counters, proper swanky speciality, delicious things. It makes Waitrose look like Iceland. I mean, no offence, Iceland, but you know what I'm saying here. Anyway, this magnet had a quote on it from the writer Henry David Thoreau, and it says, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined." And you know what? It's funny, but I had that exact same fridge magnet on my fridge for years. Every day when getting the milk out, I'd see it and think, yes, and then not actually do anything about it. Those little dreams, the big ones, would be sitting in my brain, swirling about, winking at me now and again. And I suppose I didn't really know how to achieve them, so I didn't do anything about it. It's really hard to get on top of that diving board, but even 1 foot on the ladder can start you off in the right way and give you the confidence to push on. I realised I would just hate to spend the rest of my life thinking, what if? To me, that would be worse than trying and failing. Which I still may well do, of course. We shall see. I did get a real kick, though, seeing that magnet and thinking, yes, I did it. Anyway, this week was also the biggest sporting event in the American calendar, the Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers played the Kansas City Chiefs in Miami, Florida this week. And I would love to tell you that in our first year of living in the States, we embraced the great American tradition, got friends over, cooked hot dogs, drank beer, and roared along with the game. Honestly, we forgot. Totally forgot. How shameful. I genuinely only remembered when I was cleaning the bathroom, if my mother's listening. Yes, I do it sometimes. And I heard all this kerfuffle. Now, we never normally hear a peep out of our neighbours. They live in a gazillion-dollar place at the back of our house. Genuinely, $6 million. Madness. They've got 3 separate Wi-Fi networks to cover the place. That's how big it is. No, we've never been invited over. Anyway, kerfuffle is heard. What's that, I think? Then it stops. 5 minutes later, more kerfuffle, more shouting, cheering, clapping. It's only when I hear it a third time, it dawns on me, the Super Bowl! I run into the living room, spend an age faffing around to find the right channel, just as Kansas wins. Oh well. My husband Dave did have a bit of a Super Bowl do at work actually on the Friday before, and his whole department had a potluck lunch, so everyone bought a dish to share with the rest of the team. His vegan chili was a bit confusing to some of his colleagues, in amongst the mac and cheese and the hot dogs, but it did go down pretty well. For that day at work as well, everyone wore their football shirts for the day. American football, of course. So people were wearing Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers, Philadelphia Eagles. Dave had the idea to wear an English football shirt. Nice idea. Except the only shirts we have in the house are my daughter's Manchester City shirts. She's 12. Now, she was given an adult City FA Cup shirt a few years ago by our friend Sarah, who was there, and it actually fitted Dave. He even got right to the door. It was so close before he said, "Oh, this is a women's top, right?" And then he took it off. Curses. That would have been priceless. So near to so many Mickey taking photos. Oh, so close. Anyway, despite missing the game, I did go back and watch the halftime show. Again, a huge event in the cultural calendar here in the States. This year's performers were Shakira and J-Lo, mother of 5 children between them, a combined age of over 90. They were spectacular. Energy, talent, charisma, just mesmerising. There was a huge backlash against these 2 women, though, essentially by the right-wing conservative and Christian voices in society here in America. They are voices with a lot of clout here. Dance moves were too suggestive, they said. Didn't people say this about Elvis in the 50s? Outfits, they said, were too revealing. Bear in mind the singer Adam Levine performed last year in the halftime show. He didn't have a shirt on at all, and no one said anything about him. But these women were also wearing more than Madonna wore for most of the 80s. But that's another story. There's a strong moral movement here, in some states more than others, but it is heard across the whole country. And do you know what? It just seems, a bit old-fashioned compared with a lot of the conversations we have in the UK. Yet on the other side of the coin, the commercial breaks showed a different side of the country. Bear in mind that a 30-second TV ad during the Super Bowl costs nearly $6 million. $6 million for 30 seconds. And one of the most anticipated ads this year was for a smart speaker, and it featured Ellen DeGeneres. Now, Ellen's a comedian, actor, talk show host, and the voice of Dory in Finding Nemo as well. Now, when she came out as gay in her sitcom series in 1997, the show was cancelled and she didn't work for years. Literally, the phone did not ring. Again, the kind of Christian right in the US simply wouldn't accept a gay woman on their TV. I mean, forget her talent. It's just a small part of her life who she decides to fall in love with, but it just wasn't seen like that. Again, it just seems quite old-fashioned, I think, to a lot of the attitudes that we have in England. Yet today, the star of that highly anticipated halftime Super Bowl TV ad, Ellen DeGeneres, and her wife, actor Portia de Rossi. It's such a country of contrast, more than pretty much anywhere else I've ever experienced. I'm really intrigued what the next months may bring in the political world too, in a country so divided by Trump as we head towards the presidential election in November. It's going to be interesting. I'll see you in the desert. Again, thank you so much for taking time to leave me a review if your podcast app allows it. I love getting your messages. And ta-da! There's now a Facebook page for the podcast, facebook.com/seeyouinthedesert. Or you can just search for Sam Walker's Desert Diaries as well on Facebook. Do come and say hello. Let me know who you are, where you're listening, and we'll have a bit of a chinwag. Do tell your friends too. It will be great to have you along. Ta.